What's up, guys? It's Alex from Partnership for Male Youth. I want to talk a little bit about middle school sports. This is really common time for boys to start getting into sports pretty seriously, but youth sports culture at that age also has a lot of toxicities around it. I think it can be pretty bad for young guys. I was on a sports team myself. I played basketball pretty seriously, and it was really beneficial for me in a number of ways. I got a really strong sense of community from it. I learned discipline in a way that I don't think anything else has taught me discipline in my life. But it also was a pretty toxic space. I had this new kid that made our team once, and the first practice that he was ever at, he kept on getting humiliated by the coach for these rules that he didn't know yet. And our coach kept on punishing him repeatedly every time it happened by first screaming at him and then making him stand in the middle of the court while the rest of the team had to do sprints. He just had to stand there and watch until at the end of practice, I saw when his dad picked him up, he cried to his dad on the way to his car, and he never returned to any future practice. And we never talked about it on the team. Our coach never mentioned anything about him. We just moved on as regular, and our coach kept on acting like that for other kids on the team. There's this really toxic sort of grind culture on these youth sports teams that is exercised by coaches, parents, and these kids themselves. There's this common attitude that if you experience some sort of issue or there's some sort of obstacle, no matter what, you're supposed to put your head down and just kind of go through. And this has been really harmful to myself at many points and many others. One of the biggest forms this takes is minimizing injuries that young kids will get. I myself got multiple concussions from playing basketball in a relatively short period of time. And after each one, I remember feeling a lot of pressure from my coach and from my teammates to come back and start playing again much sooner than I should have. So, in taking all this into consideration, it's really important for us to remember that this is not an issue that middle school boys themselves have to figure out. This is a deeply systemic issue, and this is reflective of attitudes and practices into which we are all socialized and which are often being perpetuated mainly by coaches and by parents. So, it's really important that we hold parents and coaches accountable for this at the start and that we stop the cycle. And if you are a parent or coach listening to this, I think one of the most important things to remember is the power of positive reinforcement rather than negative punishment. Something I always loved were the rare moments when my coach would like congratulate us for something good or applaud a good play that we did. And I remember it invigorating me with like this certain excitement to continue to keep on playing.